and promising the moon for pennies and gets 10 times the funding for his Animus project.
Well, we are using his Animus technology. He's the foundation. We are the skyscraper.
Which is why he should be a tech lead, not a project director. Good work, Satish.
It's incredible footage, really. Clear and vivid. And the subject was synced for a full 62 minutes. Came out speaking French after his last session. Passably fluent. And with full recall of everything he'd gone through.
Sorry I'm late. I was reviewing some data.
It's fine. Warren was just telling me about his first subject, Mr.
No names. Call him Subject 1. Confidentiality.
And how about you, Eileen? What's your good news?
Well, we did it. We synced with an unembedded memory outside the bloodline. That's a first.
Really?
Satish was able to process the audio today. A short clip. You can hear it for yourself.
Only audio? No real-time memory feeds like Vidic has?
Well, that's the difficulty with surrogate genetic memory data. Because I'm viewing memories not embedded in my own DNA, we can't rely on my cognitive faculties to help me process the signal. All we can do is record the raw data and transliterate it later.
Hold on. You're running this experiment on yourself?
I am. It's going well.
I don't like the sound of that.
Look, the sample I'm using, the DNA comes from my own son. It's safer this way.
Ah, good thinking.
50% of my son's DNA is also mine, which reduces the danger by a huge margin. Meaning, I can now explore the memories of people who aren't directly related to me on his father's side.
But for brief periods of time, I imagine.
Right. Just a minute or two so far, but we're getting there. Come by the lab and listen for yourself.
I will, when I have a moment. Unfortunately, work beckons. Ladies?
That man is colder than a San Francisco summer.
Stay focused, Eileen. You both have important work to do.
Obviously. But my work requires his Animus technology. I feel a little caged in.
That's collaboration, Eileen. It's how science works. I shouldn't have to remind you.
I know. I'm just tired. Stop by and see us today. We have a lot to share.
If not today, then this week sometime.
Thank you.
That's interesting. The guy that they chose to voice young Vidic is kind of annoying. Just saying. Alright. So, here. Before I do this, though, I'm gonna pause the recording and be right. Hey guys, I'm back with a cat now who is going to want to leave my room in like 30 seconds because he doesn't like it when I'm talking to the computer. Right? Kitty kitty? Alright, let's do this. Okay. Wow, that was a good guess. I did not mean to do that. No, don't go back. Just, oh well. Oh, I guess I did want to go back. Good job me, right kitten? Don't mind me if I'm talking to my cat. I'm surprised he's still here. Yeah, I guess I should be reading this, huh? Alright, I'll start reading with the next bit that pops up. Okay. Papa needs to leave now to earn money. I know about money. We need it to eat and purchase things. I do not want him to go. I give Papa a big hug and Uncle John too. I wave at them until I can no longer see their carriage. How long will they be gone this time? I ask Mama about Papa's work. She says he gives conferences with Uncle John, providing advice for people who need it. John Francis says Papa communicates with angels. I laugh, but Mama does not. He told me, he says, crossing his skinny arms over his chest. After a long pause, Mama sighs. John Francis is right. Your father speaks with angels. He gains, she scratches her head, insight from them. Hey, kitty. He's playing with something at my feet. Okay, now quit that. He was like tickling my feet. I ask Mama what an angel is. She says, it is a being from beyond, a winged entity that lives with God in heaven. I do not know what she means. John Francis says only Papa can call angels. Mama nods, saying he has a rare gift. He uses a crystal ball, John Francis declares. Oh, really? I seldom see Papa and Uncle John these days. They do not eat, they are fasting again, and spend most of their time in the study. Cat, seriously, stop. I'm about to kick him out myself. I wake up with a start and pull the blankets to my chin. It is still dark, but I hear voices outside. Taking a deep breath, I sneak out of bed. I walk down the stairs, avoiding the creaking ones. I fear monsters will jump out of the shadows through Uncle John, and though Uncle John assured me he banished all the monsters from our home. I tiptoe to the door of the study and put my ear upon it. I recognize Papa's and Uncle's voices, but there's also another, much deeper voice within. A loud click! They have unlocked the door. I hide behind the cabinet. Papa and Uncle John come out of the study and walk away, smiling. Cat! Hey! What are you doing? Stop that. I'm kicking you out. You are out. Out, sir. Time for you to go. He's like, no, I don't wanna. Go on. You're being noisy and obnoxious. Are you gonna stop being noisy and obnoxious? Okay. I count to 100, then tiptoe toward the study. No one inside. Elizabeth, Papa says behind me, what are you doing? Papa makes me promise not to go into his study. There are things in there you should not see. There are 100 questions I want to ask him, but I can only nod. I have never seen Papa and Uncle John so happy. They whisper and laugh at things only they understand. Mama says it is because they have done good work. I have finished my dinner and asked to be excused. Mama nods and I hurry upstairs. I notice that the door to Uncle John's room is ajar. I hurry to the door, holding my breath. I peek inside. The room is sumptuous. Uncle John always says that Aunt Jane has good taste, and he is right. I tiptoe inside and open Uncle John's armoire. It is filled with treasure. Shiny rocks, black mirror, a wax seal of pictures on it, a gold amulet. Ignoring everything else, I pick up what looks like a globe packed in cloth. Could it be the crystal ball John Francis mentioned? Quickly, I unwrap it. The sphere is heavy and... I am so sorry. I didn't realize this was going to be so noisy. Lucky, stop! You crazy cat. He's fascinated with this, like, this gift bag that I got from work. And he wants to rip it to shreds, because apparently he's really a dog. I threw it to him, because I was like, okay, this will keep him occupied. And then it became very noisy. Yes, it did. So go rub your cheek on the box or something. Okay. Alright, the sphere is heavy. It feels warm in my hands. It is made of the shiniest gold. On its surface, I see a reflection of my face and Uncle John's. Uncle John grabs the sphere and puts it inside his doublet. Is that how you're supposed to say that? Doublet doesn't really sound right. I shiver, but he smiles. You should not be playing with things you cannot comprehend, Lady Beth. Ooh, demons. We have been in Tribbin almost 2 years now. We are happy here, happier than we have ever been. Papa continues to work while Uncle John is away. He keeps him to himself and barely addresses us during breakfast, but at least he's eating now. I am feeble today. Mama says I have a fever and tells me to stay in bed. I sleep all day, most of the night. I wake famished. I dislike the night, but I'm not afraid of it as I used to be. I get out of bed, careful not to make a sound. I do not want to wake anybody up. A pale light emanates from the study. The door is open. Papa never leaves the door of his study open. I creep toward the light on the tip of my toes. I sneak a peek inside. Papa leans over a table reading a book. It has an odd silvery tint. Papa suddenly mumbles an incomprehensible string of words and numbers. Papa sprinkles red powder on something upon the table. I did it! His wide grin deforms his face. I did it! He picks up a clump of gold! Papa's guffaws make me shiver. His voice is deep and he speaks in words I do not understand. I hurry upstairs and crawl back into bed. I notice Papa and Uncle John in the distance. I pick up my dolls and hide behind the tallest oak in the garden. I try not to laugh as they walk toward me. Papa tells Uncle John that they should change the nature of their work, that they should study alchemy and stop wasting their time with angels. They pass by the oak. The book has boundless potential. Okay. Hold on. Cat, out. Out, out, out. He was gonna start messing with another plastic bag, so I figured it'd be better if we just, kick him out. Well, he's over by the door. Alright, they pass by the oak. The book has boundless potential, Papa says. I need your help to unlock its formulas. I poke my head out. Uncle John frowns. We could work at the Imperial Court, Papa continues. Producing gold is only the first step. Uncle John turns to face him. I hide again, hugging my dolls. You should not fiddle with this book, Kelly. I almost fail to recognize Uncle John's voice. You cannot imagine the evil it contains. It holds more than mere numbers. Papa protests, but Uncle John interrupts. Your associate, Master Husey? The one who gave you the book? I dealt with him before, long ago. He cannot be trusted. Papa says they could be rich beyond their wildest dreams. I take a quick glance. Uncle John shakes his head. No, my friend. The book will destroy you. Mama is in her room crying. She has barely uttered 2 words in days, and I suspect she's not even spoken to Papa. She has been avoiding his gaze. I'm reading when a loud clang makes me jump. Is John Francis acting up again? He can be such a baby sometimes. Another clash followed by a shriek, a woman's shriek. I put my book down and hurry to the door. Papa and Uncle John are screaming at each other. I walk out of my bedroom. The shouting has stopped, but I hear sobbing now, coming from Uncle John's room. Is Aunt Jane hurt? The door of Uncle John's room suddenly bursts open. Aunt Jane cries out after her husband, but someone interrupts her. Papa! I feel the entire room shudder as Uncle John slams the door shut. He glares at me, fire in his eyes. I am paralyzed. My eyes well up. Uncle John takes my hand and pulls me away. You should not be here, he drags me downstairs. You should not have seen this. Papa and Uncle John seldom speak now. When they do, they shout, which makes Mama cry. Aunt Jane stays in her room. I wish I could do the same. I wake up jumping. Papa is screaming again. I close my eyes, wishing things would be as they used to, but I'm old enough to know better. The door slams. I look out the window and see Papa walking toward the stable, shouting, "Envious fool." I watch him disappear into the darkness. I run downstairs. Mama sits in the parlor, sobbing in silence. I crawl under the sofa. It is time for me to leave. Uncle John's voice is filled with sorrow. You will be missed, both of you. Wishing Uncle John good fortune, Mama leaves. I stay hidden and watch Uncle John pace the room. I quietly follow Uncle John to Papa's study. Producing a key, he looks over his shoulder and unlocks the door. At life's end, you will understand, old friend. Uncle John comes out of the study with Papa's strange silver book. I'm doing this for your father. The secrets it holds are not meant for him. Mama says she feels at home in Prague. How do you... Oh, I'm not trying to pronounce that city name. Prague? Prague? Yeah, I don't know. But I do not. Papa will not let me do anything. He tells me the streets are not safe. Okay. I like it when Papa brings me to Prague. I'm just gonna say Prague Castle. It gives me a chance to escape from the house and spend time with him. He is seldom home these days. People from all over the world gather here at the center of European culture, as Papa puts it. I wonder why important people frown so much. Papa speaks with an elderly gentleman. His flowing white beard reminds me of Uncle John's. I sigh and take Papa's hand. He does not seem to notice. We do not dare walk the streets. The gentleman complains, even during daytime. Papa nods, saying that Prague has never been so unsafe. You know why, Master Kelly? The Emperor, he leans close to Papa's ear, he is weak. He gives people too much freedom. I heard that a killer runs amok, targeting noblemen and alchemists. There's a tremor in the old man's voice. They say he is a monster, a giant. Some say he is not even human, Papa declares. I squeeze his hand, wishing Uncle John could be here to banish the monsters of Prague. For my 10th birthday, Papa will show me his workshop. I will finally have a chance to see where he spends his days and many of his nights. Most people we encounter ignore me as I follow Papa through the corridors of Prague Castle, but some scowl or roll their eyes when they see me. The windows in this part of the castle have been sealed off with bricks and mortar. Papa carefully locks every door we pass through. Papa's workshop is a treasure trove. I can English, I promise. Papa's workshop is a treasure trove. There's a myriad... That's another word I've never actually known how to pronounce. I've read it all the time, but pronouncing it. So I'm just saying myriad of items here, each more wondrous than the next. Colored powders, ancient scrolls, amulets. Papa works all day reading formulas, mixing powders? Boiling liquids. I watch from afar, afraid to disturb him. His work is so important. Papa constantly mutters to himself. He blinks a lot and often glances over his shoulder. He makes me nervous, especially when he barks strange words. I cannot do it, howling. Papa throws a glass beaker to the floor. It explodes into 1,000 tiny shards that cover my face. I need the book. Night has fallen when a young visitor interrupts Papa's work. He enters the workshop and announces that the Emperor has summoned his alchemists. Papa tells me to wait and warns me not to touch a thing. Then, frowning, he takes my hand and drags me along. He must remain quiet. We enter a dark room where a score of old men gather around the long table. Papa motions me to stay behind with the assistants and apprentices. The large man in black clothes with white ruff and fur hat enters. Everyone bows. I take a step back, hiding behind a lanky youth. The man, Emperor, sits at the end of the table, scrutinizing everyone in the room. Then he raises an eyebrow. When he raises an eyebrow, one of the alchemists jumps to his feet. My brother has seen the monster, the man squeaks like a mouse. It is wholly black, a demon, the alchemists discuss at length. Many alchemists agree this killer, this monster, cannot be human. What if it is a homunculus? I think I pronounced that right. Papa suggests. A deadly silence falls upon the room. Jesus Christ, really? Full Metal Alchemist